Day 23, 10:17 a.m. Most of the Sims seem to have gotten used to living in Big Brother's haunted house. Our cute little green ghost is just floating around the living room alongside everyone else, and no one seems to mind at all. We see there's a lot of little conversations happening. One's between Emmanuel and Pete, another is between Tice and Kristen, and then we also have a third over here in the corner between Kaylee and Haven. Outside in the garden, Emma continues working on her fitness, while unfortunately for Kate, she is still locked up in a cage. But she actually seems to be in pretty good spirits. But she isn't the only one. Sophia seems to also be enjoying the rain and dancing around while getting soaking wet. Super hot.
And a Zook Niara.
Meanwhile, upstairs in Big Brother's attic, Bryson tries to cheer himself up by watching some TV, but honestly, it's kind of hard to hear over the blaring music that's going on 24/7. And it doesn't seem like him and Ashton are the only ones in a bad mood. Up until now, Zane and Gavin have been getting along just fine, but even they aren't immune to the attic's annoying vibe. (1:54 p.m.) As I mentioned in yesterday's video, Big Brother is up to no good and has a secret task planned for someone. Big Brother randomly selects Kaylee to be the recipient and calls her to the diary room. Hello Kaylee, this is Big Brother. Big Brother has decided to assign you a secret mission. If you pass this secret mission, you automatically pass this week's shopping task. Now, just like BB's ghost, you are going to become a fan of mischief and mayhem. You must play a prank on every single housemate, excluding Kate, as she is locked up in a cage. If you do so by nightfall, you will pass the secret mission, and you will pass the shopping task. Good luck. And naturally, it looks as though Kaylee went back to her original conversation partner, Haven, and has made her her first victim. Thankfully, it went over pretty well. Now Kaylee must plan her second attack.
Nasty Beeflina.
Kaylee soon heads to the storage room where she's able to kind of trap people in there and prank as many people as possible. Pete doesn't seem to take the prank very well, but Kaylee doesn't care and moves swiftly on to Sophia.
Charb. Strongy. Oh,
you know, to be fair, Sophia didn't seem to be in a great mood to begin with. But let's see if Tice does it any better. Doesn't look like it. So far, it's pretty 50-50 on how the other Sims respond to the pranks, but it doesn't look like it's doing Kaylee any favors right now. In the living room, we see that Lillian and Emmanuel are having a heart-to-heart on the sofas, while Jesse is eating a questionable pile of popcorn. What flavor do you think that is? Meanwhile, in the bathroom, it looks as though Pete finds a stall to cry in. How sad. Kaylee interrupts Lillian's conversation with Emmanuel to give her another prank. It goes over well, and Kaylee is able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, as Emmanuel is now stuck here to get pranked as well.
Yip snazzy.
And I mean, wow. I honestly did not expect Emmanuel's reaction to be to hug her. And I don't think Kaylee thought that was going to be his reaction either. And she even throws in an additional scare just to make sure she got her point across. And I think she did, and he still seems to enjoy it. Kaylee soon scans the room and finds her next target. This time, it's Jesse.
No, I've been.
Meanwhile, Tyson and Kate avoid the pranks in the garden. While all the pranks go on in the main house, it looks as though the island spirits are visiting Big Brother's attic. And while you may be able to hide for a little bit in the bathroom like Bryson is doing, you can't do it very long without pissing someone off. And it doesn't make it any better that now the refrigerator is broken. It is 3 p.m. exactly in the Sims 4 Big Brother house. Kaylee is still trying to complete her secret mission. However, she has quite a few more hours until sundown, but she's making great progress. And she gets another one done by pranking Kristen, who also seems to be taking it relatively well. It seems as though at first people were getting annoyed, but I think after all, most of them are finding the humor in all of it. While a lot of chit-chat goes on in the ruins of the kitchen, Kaylee makes her next move and targets Emma. And it looks very strange with Kaylee being like up another level than Emma is. She like tases her arm basically. But it goes over as well as that can go, I guess. And while Pete enjoys the pool, kinda, his wife Kate sits in a cage and watches from a distance. But surprisingly, almost this whole time she's actually been in a pretty good mood. If she keeps it up, maybe Big Brother will let her out of there. And Tyson is the last one to have to get pranked. And Kaylee does it successfully once again. "6:45 p.m. Big Brother calls Kaylee to the diary room to tell her the results of her secret mission. This is Big Brother. Kaylee, you may take a seat. Now, earlier today, Big Brother assigned you a secret mission to prank all of your housemates. And Big Brother can now say that you have passed that secret mission. That means you have now successfully passed the shopping task for yourself, and will have luxuries next week. You may now leave the diary room. While the arguing continues upstairs in the attic, especially between Bryson and Ashton, I have been pretty nice and supplied the housemates with a hamper. That way they're actually able to collect all those dirty clothes piles, and it'll make it a little nicer up here. I mean, after all, I'm pretty sure the rats are probably burrowing and creating little nests in their clothes. So maybe that won't happen anymore. However, I'm not providing them with a washer or dryer, so they're just going to have to deal with all the stinky laundry. Again, that's not going to help de-escalate any of these arguments. Things soon turn physical as Ashton and Bryson get into a fistfight. And while Zane was upset earlier, it looks as though he's enjoying this.
Rongo! Vince! Nibs! Pondu!
Now, I have decided going forward that I will no longer be doing strikes. It was hard to determine when someone would get a strike, when they wouldn't, yada yada yada, so we're not doing that anymore. Instead, we're strictly doing punishments. And instead of punishing Bryson, I'm actually going to take him into the diary room where there is a nice teddy bear that he's able to take his aggression out on. That way he won't be very, very angry and die of anger. I don't want another Addison on our hands. After one slap, he calms down pretty quickly and returns back to the attic.
Yeah.
10:19 p.m. While the housemates try to enjoy the garden, it, however, is now nightfall, and the shopping task is not over just yet. And all of the housemates are soon called back upstairs to the seance room.
Ah, booshy, booshy.
Lillian flew in as a bat, and everyone else soon followed behind. But after a few seconds of being in the room, Pete can no longer stand it, and he is too terrified to keep going in there. He tries one more time, but soon gives up. He will not be participating in the seance tonight. For refusing to take part, the housemates will lose 1 skill point of their medium skill set. So hopefully they have over 10, as they need 10 to win. And the BB ghosts change into their outfits as they head into the seance room to meet their housemates one more time. And Sophia is the first one to run over and eagerly start talking to the BB ghost. Of course, once the ghosts start playing pranks on Sophia, she's no longer interested and walks away. And there seems to be a group seance happening potentially. However, it's also pretty glitched out. We see Sophia moving around the room, we see Kristen oddly standing there, and there's no visual effects around the crystal ball. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on here, or if they're even gaining a skill point. However, it looks as though Tice and Emma can't wait for the task to be over. They have to start lovemaking right now, in front of everyone, because the door is locked and everyone is trapped in this room, but they don't seem to care. And I have to say, Kristen weirdly sliding like this through the ghost might be one of the funniest things to happen so far this season. After agreeing to do the deed publicly, Emma and Tice make their way over to, of course, the wooden box. Not a chair, not a couch, no, a crate with a blanket on it. That's what they chose. But whatever. The woohoo is surprisingly met with cheers. No one seems to be angry or upset by it at all. Meanwhile, in the garden, Pete tries to talk to Kate, but no use. You would think they'd be able to talk to this through the chain link fence, but The Sims 4 is pretty dumb. I'm not exactly sure what's really going on with the BB Ghost currently, but they seem to really like blondes, as they're glitching out with both Kristen and Sophia over here in the corner. They're all kind of walking weirdly around each other, they're not talking, it's almost like they're doing a dance. Meanwhile, it seems as though that public woohoo is getting even more of a great reception than I thought it would, as it entices Jesse and Lillian to do the same.
Robin.
So now we have Kristen and Sophia having a weird dance with the ghost in the corner. We have two couples woohooing on the side, and Haven, Tyson, Emmanuel, and Kaylee stuck in the middle. And Tyson decides to ignore all of this and focus on the task at hand, which is performing seances and getting that medium skill point.
Very nice, Sorba. Oh,
Miss Ben Sean.
It is now day 24 and 2:29 a.m. in the Big Brother house. The house is full of these ghostly spirits. However, the shopping task has officially come to an end, and the housemates are called by Big Brother to gather in the living room to hear the results. Now we're actually going to go through everyone. I'm going to show you who all has the medium skill point. Tice is the first and he has 2. Lillian also has 2 skill points. Kaylee has 1 skill point. Haven has 1 skill point, but almost 2. Almost. Meanwhile, Emmanuel has 1 skill point. Tyson has 2 skill points. And Kristen managed to get 2 skill points as well. That is 11 in total. However, Pete refused to compete this week, which loses 1. But that still means you all received 10 skill points and have passed this week's shopping task. You all will be living a more luxurious life than you would have during next week's shopping task. And, as a bonus, Kate, you are free to leave your cage.
Frickin' Wrangler.
What's a Samzo? Kolarga!
Ugh.
Oh, Juna Wa! Doofka.
And while Kate immediately runs over to Pete and tries to apologize, it doesn't seem to be going over all that well. And also, as you can tell by the lighting change, the house is no longer haunted. While there are some few remaining spirits floating around, hopefully they'll leave here pretty soon. But they're not the only ones that will be leaving the house pretty soon, as tomorrow we have another eviction. Who is going to leave? Sophia and Pete. While the votes may now be closed, what a crazy week it has been, and it's not over just yet. Because not only will one housemate be voted out of the house by you guys, another housemate or 2 will be voted into the house from the attic, and you won't want to miss that. Also, I may have some other fun stuff planned for this eviction. It's going to be the craziest eviction yet. And with the end of BB Attic's twist, what have you thought about all of this? Of course, let me know all of your thoughts down below. This has been insane. The comments have been even crazier, but I'm always here for you guys. I will always respond to your comments. I will even respond to the dirtiest, most burnt, disgusting weenie at the bottom of the pan. So at the end of the day, you're all my beanie weenies, and I love you guys. Bye.